Before we started participating in the CLIP program, we never took an introspection unto ourselves as a district and schools. We would go to schools without actually making that introspection unto ourselves first. So, in terms of change, we did not start with us first before we start changing schools. So, we decided to change ourselves as a district first before we could actually go to schools and change the approach in terms of attitudes and the core business, which is teaching and learning. The journey with CLIP at a district level, we started by making ourselves to account first before we started making schools to account. So we accounted to ourselves first, so that before we started going to schools and making them to account. So it was easier for us to go to schools and make them to account because we had already started with us, because we believe that CLIP had taught us that change starts with us first before we can demand change from schools. So that's where we started. Um, we then had, during the process, we then decided to have SMT training as part of development, so that we would be able to assist them, so that we don't demand performance before we had actually trained them, so that they would understand how would want them to function as schools in terms of accountability, in terms performance. So we started by developing them first as a district. So that was the area when there was development, training of school management teams. That's what we did. That was that area. So that they would implement, because then we would have trained them first. What I learned from CLIP is that uh, for one to succeed, or for the district to succeed as an individual, as a leader in curriculum, one has to deal with the mindset change. Once you have mindset change, then one would be able to change structures and policies within the sector, because in most cases, your school management teams, the problem for them to change is the attitude. So for one to be able to transform our school management teams in terms of performance, it is to deal with the mindset first. So the outcomes, the performance, you will then achieve the outcomes or your performance, because then you would have changed their mindset. And once they have changed their mindset, the structures that you will be having within the schooling environment, then they completely change, because then the attitude has changed. Because in most cases, the performance is very poor in most of the schools because of an attitude. And this attitude, it is created because that it's about the mindset. So if you have worked on the mindset of your SMTs, in terms of, because then you would have developed them. This is what I've learned, which is very powerful in terms of PLO. This is what has happened to our district. We changed their attitude, and once we have changed their attitude, then they change in their approach, because then it changes your approach as well. You don't demand performance before you have trained your people or developing them. So it is only after you have developed your people, then you started demanding performance. So it is what we have done with most of our principals and our SMTs in our schools. Development, then they know exactly what is it, what we demand from them from the onset. Then they change their attitude and results, the performance you will then get. The program has made me realize it is important that before you can actually demand performance, uh, you have to develop individuals before. That's one area that I believe that the program has succeeded. And this we have cascaded to schools as well, that the school management teams, before they can actually demand performance, they should start developing teachers as well. Because then it will then change the attitude of teachers because they know that they've been supported. And the program has also centered um, core to our education system between the learner, the teacher, as well as uh, uh, teaching self. So it has assisted us a lot in terms of performance. We're at some stage at 65%, and I'm sure we are among the top performing districts in the country today because of what Pillar has done to us in assisting us. And it has strengthened the relationships between the district and the schools because it has outlined and it has made it simpler for schools to know exactly what is it that we want from them because they've been capacitated, they've been developed. And it has also assisted us also to identify our weakness as a district, as individuals, as leaders as well. So, and in that way, it has created that there's a labor peace between ourselves with the schools that we work with. There's a minimal conflict between ourselves and our schools because they know exactly what is expected of them. So the program has make it easier because we have developed our teachers and we have opened a platform where they are able also to engage with us, at an easy level where it's not that they see us only as officials at a higher level and they cannot engage with us. So they are able to say what is it that they feel, you know. Uh, Even at the district level, we have been able to give them the platform to engage with us and to find a better space between ourselves and them. If they are not happy with whatever we are doing, they are able to engage with us, which is something that we never practiced before, and it will be a top-down approach, but it's bottom-up approach, and so in my opinion, I think it has assisted the district. We're still using it, the program, directly or indirectly, but it has cemented our school management teams because we believe that, like all other research that I've said, the weakness in our schools is our school management teams. I'm sure Professor Johnson has indicated that. So we have strengthened that with the help of PILO, and we have continued it. Every year at the beginning of the year, all appointed SMTs, we train them, and as we train them, we use the approach that we have learned from PILO as well, including that what we have, and it has assisted. We have actually made our school teams stronger. Hence, we have been consistent in terms of performance. It is because of the school management teams that we have at our schools. I think attitude to me has played the most important role in changing. I subscribe to the paradigm shift. for one to move from a stage where they've been doing things the same way without producing good results, and for them to change and so that they have results, it is a tall order. It's not very easy to change people's attitude and behavior once they've been used to do things in that way for a long time. So to me, it worked. I call it an F&B approach when you started saying, how can I help you? Because that attitude to me, it has worked in the district because we changed the attitude. And we also changed our attitude because we would actually go to schools and most of the time we would fight, and would not get results. But once the attitude has changed, we started realizing that the performance has changed as well. The behavior then changed as well because the attitude has changed. So the mindset also changed because then they realized that it is not about being prosecuted. It is all about development. So for now, the mindset of a lot of our teachers has changed. When you come to our district, we talk performance. It's a culture, it's a tradition, because we have already changed the way they think, their mindset. Their attitude has changed. It's a big competition among the schools, and I'm sure for a number of years we'll be in the top 10. We have become permanent residents of the top 10 in this country because the attitude has changed. And we are now focused in onto the learner, who is center of our education.